like y'all not paying to them Israelites if y'all want to. We see the decrease in numbers in the church houses. And they're not leaving the church because they don't love God. They're leaving the church because they're realizing that the church house, the pastors that are preaching on Sunday, they are big fat liars. They are upholders of white supremacy, and people are tired of it. For centuries, since slavery, we have been taught white Jesus, white Moses, white angels, white lies, okay? But when you really open up the Bible and you start paying attention, you understand that the whole book is about Israelites. Those are black people from the beginning. The book was written for the Israelites, by the Israelites. People are turning back to the actual scriptures and learning like they're not supposed to eat unclean foods. They need to be celebrating God's high holy days and not the wicked pagan holidays of the world. And that they need to be dressed a certain way to be able to be accepted by the Most High God and change their spirits. It's a lot of things that have to be transformed from going to church on Sunday into actually getting into the scriptures and learning and reading how we're supposed to be keeping these laws, right? And it's a beautiful thing. We come back to our culture and I love it. A lot of people like to say, oh, you guys are worshiping your skin color. But at the end of the day, who's not proud to be black? Come on now. Who's not proud to know that God is the God of the Israelites only? Who's not proud to know that Jesus Christ looks like them? Come on now. They will sit up here and try to Jedi mind trick you and make you think like you're wrong for having pride and your history. But please, we're waking up and people are leaving churches because they're understanding that it's nothing but a business. First, we was lost. We didn't understand what was going on. But the scriptures do say that in the last days, the Israelites will wake up and return back to our true nationality. So to hell with all the made up denominations that have nothing to do with the Bible.
Shalom, welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachadash. And next double honors to the head apostles / other bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or whether they forbear. Alright, so this is going to be a reaction to the TikTok clip that I put in the introduction to this video. Okay, she said that the Israelites are right and your pastor is wrong. Alright, and what's happening here is a revelation of truth. Okay, which is prophesied of in the scriptures, man. All right, which entails many different things. Okay, starting off with the awakening of the dry bones. All right, the Israelites returning back to their heritage. All right, the knowledge of prophecy scattering, being brought throughout the four corners of the earth by way of this gospel. All right, so that's what's happening. Now, Jake is starting to wake up and realize, okay, that they've been lied to. Okay, a lot of things have been hidden, and truth is springing forth. All right, so anyways, that's the topic I'm going to dive into. And without further ado, Yahweh righteous, I mean Heavenly Father's will is edifying to the elect. All right, so I'm going to start off here in Jeremiah 16:19. It says, O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Okay, the Gentiles, all right, in this sense, is talking about the Israelite foreigners. Okay, but even the heathen, even the non-Israelite Gentiles, okay, they're starting, they're pulling up receipts and starting to figure out they've been lied to as well. All right, but okay, the Israelite foreigners, okay, that are of the elect are returning back, all right, to the Heavenly Father. Okay, and they're tossing away all of their idols and their abominations. All right, and returning back to the Heavenly Father, keeping His commandments through faith that they've been given in the Son, Yahweh Shai. All right, and once again, this is scriptural. Okay, it tells you, we're going to go to Daniel, the 12th chapter. All right, I'm going to start at verse, I'll go ahead and, I'm going to get this in the King James Version. I'm going to go ahead and start at verse 2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. That dust represents confusion. All right, and some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Okay, so that great awakening, we're in the midst of it. All right, it's really been going for a while, and I would say that we're at the point where most of the elect is sealed. All right, and now, the gates of mercy will be closing soon, Heavenly Father's will, and, the judgment comes right behind that. So, verse 3, it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. All right. So, okay, the words were sealed. Okay, the book was sealed until the time of the end. Okay, but pursuing the Revelation, the 5th chapter, Yahushua has opened the 7 seals, and now he gives that understanding to whomsoever he will. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that right quick. Since I quoted it, I'll go ahead and bring it out. But that's the reason why she's saying the Israelites are right and your pastors are wrong, because all right, the book was sealed, but now it's been unlocked. Okay, so the gospel that they had, it wasn't a true gospel. All right, now that we're at the time of the end, and we're imminent, Jacob's trouble is imminent. Okay, now we're seeing the book being fully unlocked. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and start from the top and skip down. It says, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. And no man in heaven nor on earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Okay, so the book has now been unlocked. All right, and he gives that understanding to whomsoever he will. All right, we're going to go to 2 Corinthians chapter 3. All right, and verse I'm going to start down at verse 14. Okay, it says, But their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which that's where most of the prophecies are. Okay, that's the book that was sealed, the understanding of prophecy. It says, which veil is done away in Hamashiach. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart. And nevertheless, when it shall turn to Yahushai, the veil shall be taken away. It says, now the Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Okay, so, all right, people are being made free because this truth. All right, this gospel is revealing everything, man. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Okay, and I'm going to get verse 27 and 28. All right. It reads, it says, For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So if the truth wasn't being declared, that means that the Christian pastors, okay, that learned their version of Christianity on the plantation, all right, that what they were speaking wasn't the truth. Okay, but now the truth has been revealed, okay, and it's flourishing. Okay, corruption is being overcome. All right, and that truth is being brought out. Okay, it's being declared. All right, and whether people like it or not, whether they hear or whether they forbear, it doesn't matter. All right, Psalms 85 and verse 11. Okay, it says, Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. All right, and that's the time we're in right now. Truth is coming forth. Okay, and a lot of people are resisting it. Why? Because scriptures say, John the 14th chapter, verse 16, that it is the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive. Okay, that's why Yahushua said, blessed are your ears, blessed are your eyes, for they see and they hear. Okay, because everybody doesn't have that, man. All right, but if you do, you've pretty much won the spiritual lottery. All right, and you are able to truly be free from this society. Okay, John 8 and 32, we're going to close it out here. It says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Okay, and that's it. All right, there's nothing more that really needs to be said. Okay, she's right, 110% correct. Okay, the Israelites, especially the ones specifically that you see out there teaching on the highways and byways, are right, and your Christian pastors are wrong. They don't have the truth. They're not the prophets. And that's just like that, plain and simple. So I'm going to end it off there. Yahweh Rechazah, meaning the Heavenly Father's will. It was edifying to the elect. That being said, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachadash. And until next time, Shalom. and a Bible ball.